back to another episode of Bag Milk. I'm your host, Brian Bridges, and this is episode 25. That's right, quarter of a way to 100 episodes, or halfway of 100 episodes. We're almost there. We're getting there one episode at a time. This is a quarter century episode. Yeah, that's a monumental. That's a monumental. Monumental Brian's mental. Those are both true. Welcome back. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. This is Bagged Milk, a show that could fucking change your world, give you a smile. Who knows? Man? First things first, I'm going to talk about yesterday. Yesterday was August 22nd. That was a big deal for me. Maybe not for you. It is for me. I like movies. I love movies. I love CBMs, comic book movies. And yesterday was a big fucking day for comic book movies. Especially if you're a DC fan. That's me. So yesterday was a big day. DC Fandome Day. Massive. It was all online though, so not that massive. But still massive of people attended. But all the good trailers got released yesterday. We got 2 video game trailers. Epic. We got new Wonder Woman trailer. Epic. Showed Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig's the villain in the new Wonder Woman. She's going to be Cheetah. It actually showed her as Cheetah this time. Obviously doesn't show how she transformed to Cheetah. But it's there. There's a lot of things going on. Then, my favorite is finally 3 years. If you've hung on to the podcast a while, if you've stuck in there from the beginning, you probably heard me talk about this before, the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. Now, this might not be exciting for you, but it should be. It's a good time to be alive when the fans can rally around and make a huge multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. Give them what they want. Give the fans what they want. And that's this Justice League movie. It's a completely different movie than the last Justice League. The last Justice League is smudged. If you liked the last one, that's fine. I enjoyed the last one. I enjoy all comic book movies almost. But the last one is tainted. It's smudged. I'm going to go over this one time again. Not one time again. One time again until the next time I have to go over it. But one time this episode. So, this is what happened. 3 years ago, Zack Snyder, the director, longer than 3 years ago. Way longer. This all started fucking almost a decade ago. With Zack Snyder coming in and doing Man of Steel. That's the Superman movie. Amazing. Cinematically, one of my favorite fucking comic book movies of all time. It is a beautiful masterpiece of art. It is not just a movie, it is a film. This is done well. This is Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder also did Batman vs. Superman. This is where things got muddied. A lot of people got confused at Batman vs. Superman because when they came into it, there wasn't as many jokes as they're used to. Wasn't as colorful as they're used to. was a lot more adult than they're used to. A lot more plot lines were floating around, which confused people. You got to remember, this isn't a children's movie, it's an adult movie. So a lot of people that are used to seeing more tamed down, more watered down comic book movies from, like, say, Marvel, where it's fun, it's colorful, jokes aplenty. Batman versus Superman was not supposed to be that. So there was a divide in the sand at that point. DC fans didn't care because we wanted that divide. If you want fun, colorful movies, fuck out of here. Go back to Marvel. I love Marvel, and I love my fun, colorful movies, but I like them where they're supposed to be, over at Marvel. And then when I want to see those, I will watch those. But if I want to watch a dark, adult comic book movie with a large, intricate story that could play out over multiple films, that's DC. Now you're saying Marvel plays out over multiple films? Yeah, but they don't have to. It's all self-contained. It's stupid. And then they fuck shit up, and then they'll retcon it from the last one because they got 30 films to choose from. That's different. When you put a large, intricate story into one movie, then you're like, okay, this definitely has to play out somewhere, but not this one. Marvel fans aren't used to that. We like a one and done, rounded up, and then just small little details carry on over the films. That's fine. I like that too. I like a lot of things. But DC's more compact. They assume more adults are going to listen to their shit, so they pack in a little more. So Batman versus Superman went by. Whatever. Justice League is where we really got fucked. So Zack Snyder had a vision of Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, 3 Justice Leagues. He had his hand in Aquaman and Wonder Woman. He created this whole cast. All those movies were created because of him. Only thing that DC has done since they got rid of him is Joker and Harley Quinn. Joker's amazing. Harley Quinn, not so much. But anyway, the reason Zack Snyder left, he didn't just leave. He was basically removed because his daughter killed herself. May she rest in peace. His daughter killed herself. And then when he took time away from that, from Justice League was pretty much finished. It was finished filming. There was pretty much some visual effects that needed to be done. And then that was it. His daughter killed herself. And he had to take time away. WB would not allow him to take that time away. They were not willing to wait on this movie. So they brought in another director, Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon did Age of Ultron, and I think he did maybe the first Avengers as well. But Age of Ultron's the worst Avengers. I think we can all agree on that. If you're a comic book fan, we can agree that Age of Ultron is the worst Avengers. Come on. So anyway, they brought him in. He changed everything. He brought in reshoots. This is where they brought in Henry Cavill to do reshoots, except he had a mustache because he was doing a Mission Impossible movie. So that fucked up. There's a big fucking stupid edit about that. Then they changed the whole movie, the whole script. They brightened it all up. They made Batman smile more. They made him crack more jokes. They made Flash fall on Wonder Woman's titties. It was a shit show. Though it was okay to watch, it felt like this isn't Justice League. It's not right here. Something is a bit off. And we didn't know why at that time. It's because he got booted. And he changed everything. And then over 3 years, we were leaked out information that this cut actually existed. People denied this cut. There was a split amongst fans. Denied it. It never existed. And then finally we pushed. And then finally we get pictures from Zack showing it existed. The cases of the film reels finished. You're like, what the fuck? Fans still denied it. And then finally, this year we get the word. It's coming. It's coming to HBO Max. Yesterday, we finally get the trailer. And I got goosebumps. It's so good. I can't wait. 3 years in the making for this fucking movie. Longer for Zack. I can't imagine. But it doesn't just stop there. It's not just about this movie. All those people that worked on Justice League worked for Zack. They loved doing these superhero movies because of Zack. Ben Affleck left. He was supposed to write, direct, and be Batman in a Batman movie. He left. Alcoholism overtook him because of this whole fucking Zack thing. He was drinking before, but he was having fun. And then when Zack left, it wasn't fun, and he was drinking, and it got worse. And then apparently Josh Whedon and the head of WB, Jeff Johns, was an asshole to these guys. They were being dicks. There's talks of abuse. Now there's an investigation going on. No lie. This is so fucked. Now that Zack's back, all the cast is back. Everyone was like, well, Ben's done. There's no way he's going to be Batman again. They asked him this week if he'd be flat in the Flash movie. Just like that. He's like, yep. Instantly he's back. Everyone's so surprised. Man, he loved doing Batman. I said this for fucking 3 years. He loved doing it. And the only reason he stopped is because of Zack and alcohol. Well, he's not an alcoholic anymore. Unless you're one of those people that like, once an addict, I'm always an addict. And Zack is back. So why wouldn't he be back? So Zack is back. Ben Affleck is back as Ben. Ben Affleck is back as Ben. As fucking Bruce Wayne. Batman. Everything's coming together. Everything's coming together that potentially we could see Zack's vision finished. Because it was supposed to be 3 Justice Leagues. Not 1. So when you got confused in Batman versus Superman, all of that was to be revealed in a small, not 30 picture fucking arc, a 5 picture deal. He had Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, 3 Justice Leagues. And then he also helped establish Aquaman and Wonder Woman. So it was all universe, whether you want to believe it or not. Everyone's like, oh, they're just doing standalones now. No, they're not. They're biding their time. They were always biding their time until Snyder cut. It's a beautiful fucking time to be alive, I tell you that. The only other time I can think of when the fans got their way this good is Sonic the Hedgehog, and that was a piece of shit, and we fixed that too. Fans unite. Woo! Whoop! Boo, boo, boo. But seriously, Justice League. Fucking goosebumps, buddy. Completely different villain. Completely different fucking movie. Like, it's going to be 4 hours long. It's a 4 hour long. They're going to shoot it in fucking 4 1 hour long episodes on HBO Max. Unfortunately, it's going to episodes. But he said something about there'll be an ability to just put them together. Probably just a fucking continue watch button. Anyway. And skip the intros. Whatever. 4 hours long is a fucking crazy length of time for superhero movies. If you had questions before, they're about to be answered. Fucking get in. Get in. It's a good time to be a DC fan. There's not too many movies in this arc You could catch up right quick. Marvel's too far gone. If you'd be like, it's too many. It's like 22 now or 23. That's fine. DC, you got a few. You'd have to watch Man of Steel for sure. Batman versus Superman. Don't worry about the old Justice League. There's the Suicide Squad, but that's old too, and that got fucked up because of the WB as well. They fucking changed all that. That's another thing. That movie was supposed to have Steppenwolf is one of the villains in Justice League, but he was supposed to be introduced in Suicide Squad, so you could find out that they were connected. But then they're like, scrap that. Change it. Put in a fully CGI'd fucking piece of shit brother. They were supposed to talk about mother boxes, which are super important in DC universe in general, really. None of that got talked about. So when you came to fucking Batman versus Superman, you're like, what's going on? Because the fucking WB fucked everything. They changed it all. They didn't let the directors shoot what they wanted. They had no idea about the comic book history of DC. Nothing. Now AT&T bought DC. AT&T bought Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers owns DC. And so AT&T shook up everything. Fired all those fucking retards. Changed it all around. And now things are booming. Booming. So we're going to have all that break out. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we're going to have that. Then Ben's back. Ben's back as Batman. So if Ben back in he's in Flash. He's in the new Flash movie. It's coming up. And not only is Ben back as in the new Flash movie, but who also is in the new Flash movie? Batman. I know you just said Ben Affleck, but who else? Batman. Michael Keaton is also coming back as Batman. Holy fuck, it's shaping up, buddy. This is going multiverse. They're gonna take Michael Keaton's 1989-1990 Batman and Batman Returns movie, Tim Burton's, and make them canon. That means it's going to be part of that universe. So now they're going to use the multiverse to just say that universe exists in our universe and runs along the same timeline, just in a different universe. Multiverse. Pretty simple concept. But he's going to be in the Flash. We're going to have two Batmans in the Flash. Two of the greatest Batmans of all time in the Flash. And Michael Keaton is now old. Now, I don't know if you know much about DC, but the oldest Batman has a series of his own called Batman Beyond. It's one of the greatest animated series of all time of Batman. And you have old Batman training a new Batman, Terry McGinnis. It's basically futuristic almost. A little bit. Not too much. But fantastic. We could be getting that. We almost, most likely, will be getting that. I'm calling it now. I've called the Snyder Cut as soon as I fucking knew. I knew Ben was going to stay. It was just a matter of time of getting it all come together. And it's all coming back together. I knew it. I called it from day one. I'm a fucking champion of fucking among film. If only they let me in the film industry, I could change things, I think. I could really shape and mold things the way I want them. Fucking really fix things up around there. Yeah. The Flash is fucking coming. Man, that movie it alone had fucking issues. Man, WB, if you've heard anything bad about a DC movie, it's because of WB. They fucked over their own films. Even the Joker. The Joker did over $1 billion, and it cost them like $60 million to make. I think it was like $55 million to make. And they made $1 billion. And they barely made any money on it. What? How do you do that? How do you fucking bumble that one up? Well, I'll tell you. When you own a company that owns smaller properties, and you don't believe in those properties whatsoever, and then in order for them to thrive, you're like, I don't really believe in it. I'm going to need you to mostly put most of the money in. So what they did for the Joker and Harley Quinn, the Birds of Prey movie, and other movies, is they made the fucking producers put in half. And then I think for Joker, they actually even sold off other fucking rights to it because they didn't believe in it. They didn't want to put any money into nothing. So $55 million, they barely put any money in, and it made $1 billion. Fuck you, WB. Fuck you. See, that's a big difference between Disney and Marvel. Disney encourages Marvel to do its thing. Do your thing. It's doing well. WB doesn't have a fucking clue and won't let DC do its thing. They've been fucking it up from day one. If they would have let the directors just do the movies the way they wanted to, we'd be so much further into this with a lot more fucking great movies. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Now, also, we got, let's see, Flash, Michael Keaton. Oh, yeah, Flash is supposed to, the story with the Flash is, if you ever watch the Flashpoint Paradox, it's loosely going to be based on that. And it's one of the greatest animated comic book movies of all time. It's treasured among fans, both Marvel and DC alike. I think even Marvel fans can agree their animation sector is shit. It's even like, I may joke around and say Marvel movies are made directly for kids, but their animation is directly made for kids. It's super cartoony. It's not great. But DC's still made for the same audience, cartoons. It's great. Flashpoint Paradox. Flash goes back in time, try to save his mom from being murdered. He doesn't know who murders his mom. But who murders his mom, spoiler alert, is the Reverse Flash. The Reverse Flash is a person from the future that knows of Barry Allen, becomes obsessed with Barry Allen to the point where he garners the power of the Speed Force to such a potential that he can travel back in time to try to murder Barry Allen's mom. I think he tried to kill Barry and then ended up killing his mom, is what happens. And he wants to kill Barry after being so obsessed with him because he's just like, he's obsessed with the speed, really, of Barry. And so once he got the speed, he's like, I can be the fastest. Only me. Speedsters, they call them. Only me can be the fastest speedster. So he went back in time to try to kill this motherfucker. Killed his mom. He doesn't know. So I think when he goes back in time, he's going to figure this all out, who killed his mom, because he just thinks, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So in the movie, I'm just trying to figure out if the movie followed the comic books or Flashpoint Paradox, the animated series, movie. I'm not sure, but it does. So, because I think in Justice League, when it showed Flash, it showed his dad was in prison. He went to visit his dad in prison. It didn't, I don't know if it explained, but Flash's dad, Barry Allen's dad, is in prison for murdering his mother, his wife. Fuck. So Barry, obviously, he doesn't believe it. He loves his dad. He's like, there's no way you did this. His dad's like, no, there is no way I did this. But it looks like he did it. There's a speedster. They have no idea. So, yeah, they have no idea at this point. So, when he goes back in time, he's going to find out that the reverse Flash killed his fucking mom. It's going to get super intense. It fucks up the timeline in the animated one. It fucks up the timeline. So, when he comes back, he doesn't have powers because he saved himself. He didn't get in an accident. Everything's fucked up. Batman's a different Batman. Instead, because it fucks the whole timeline. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go through the Justice League. Each Justice League member is fucked. I'll tell you how. Let's take a deep breath. Oh, jeez. Once I get into a topic, I just start flying. I hope I'm getting it all out there. I want you to get it all. I want you to get as much information as I can give you and as clear as I can give it to you. So you might be interested. Why not? Give it a look. So, in the Flashpoint Paradox, when Barry goes back, and I think he saves his mom, is what happens. And he doesn't find out, or does he? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. He either finds out it's Reverse Flash then or not. Not important. And then he goes back to the future. Back to the future. This is the power of love. That's from Back to the Future. Had to throw that in there. So he goes back there. It's different. Everyone's different. He doesn't know. His mom doesn't know anything. His mom's alive, and he starts talking about, I'm the Flash. And he's just like, oh, okay, I never heard of him. He's like, well, I'm superhero. And she's like, oh, like Batman. So she's heard of Batman, but not the Flash. That's kind of weird. So that was the first clue. But fucking, anyway, quick summary. Batman is now, Bruce Wayne is now deceased in the future. But Batman still exists as Thomas Wayne. So when Batman was created, basically, was in the alley when his parents got murdered. That's basically where Batman got created. But in this future, for some reason, Batman's dad, I think he jumped out for the bullets or something and it fucked up. And the shooter hit Bruce. Killed Bruce. And at that moment, it's kind of fucked up. But Martha Wayne, his mother, Martha, yes, same mother name as Clark Kent. It's Martha. Coincidence. Fuck. Anyway, so when that happens, her mother, Martha, she goes insane. She's bawling so hard. She's got her bloods on her hands. She's wiping her face, and when she takes it away, she's going insane, and she's crying so hard, and then she starts laughing hysterically, and the face comes up, and the hand comes off the face, and she's got a big blood grin on her face. She becomes the Joker. So that completely twisted history. She becomes violently sadistic, and Thomas Wayne becomes a gun-toting Batman, fucking doesn't think twice about killing. Aquaman and Wonder Woman have an affair, and Wonder Woman chops off fucking Queen Mara's head because she doesn't want her with fucking Aquaman no more. Okay, well, that starts a war with the flat earthers. No, the ocean people and the ground walkers. Ground walkers, yeah, sure. And then, so that's a war. that we got like a war. They're bringing full armies. Everyone knows, like, we're bringing the military from up here and we're bringing it to the fucking coast because they're bringing legions and legions up. So you got that going on. Wonder Woman's fucked up. Flash is fucked up. Cyborg works for the government as like a basically, I don't know, just as a fucking puppet. Strictly for the American government. You got to realize this is an American government. So whatever the Americans want. Superman's nowhere to be seen, oddly enough. There's some other small differences, but I'm not going to get into it. But there's a bunch. But mainly members, it's all fucked up. Superman's not to be seen. So anyway, they finally figure out, Batman figures out when he's trying to search for them. Flash, they were like, no, there's a Superman. Where the fuck is he? Like, what's going on? So they find out Flash, Cyborg searches the fucking government database, and he finds out that Superman's actually being held captive. That when he came down as a baby, they kept him captive this whole time and kept him in a bunker away from the sun. So when they finally do find him, he's just a frail, skinny man. Sad. It's sad. He actually ends up killing a bunch of people for them because when he comes out, he's like, oh, these are my saviors. And then when people attack him, he doesn't even know his powers and he's too strong and he just fucking kills a bunch of people. And they're like, whoa, Soups, you got to settle. You're not that violent. Normally, but different reasons, different outcomes, right? Am I right? I'm right. Just tell me I'm right because I'm right. So that's Flashpoint. It could be like that. But it's not going to be. Unless, no. Maybe. I don't know. The only way it could, because in the other one's Thomas Wayne. Michael Keaton, I don't think will play Thomas Wayne. I think they'll bring in Jeffrey Dean Morgan. If you're a big fan of Walking Dead, I'm not. He played in that. And he's already played Thomas Wayne in Zack Snyder's vision of not Justice League, Batman versus Superman. So it's I can't see why they would pick anyone else. Ezra Miller, Ezra Miller was hired directly from Zack Snyder. All these people were hired from Zack. Jason Momoa thanks Zack all the time because only reason he's hired because of Zack. Same as Gal Gadot. Only reason Zack. This is a whole fucking industry of people looking for this one director, and it's gonna be epic. If you've ever had a boss that fucking got fired for some reason or whatever, and then or you got transferred, and then all of a sudden, a couple years later, you and this amazing team and your boss all come back together. You're gonna work the best you've ever worked. You know what I mean? These guys are gonna give the best performance of their lives for him because it's momentous. It's gonna be good. Trust me. Trust. Have I steered you wrong before? Never. I would never. And last but not least, DC Fandome. I am saying that correctly, by the way. It was Fandome, as in like a sky dome. One word though, Fandome, not fandom. A Fandome. Last but not least, I thought it would be least. It's not. It is honestly not. If you can check out any of these trailers, check them out. Wonder Woman 84, Justice League Snyder Cut. Oh, fuck. Whatever. I guess not last but not least. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to save what I wanted for last but not least. But this one, they've thrown in the mix, okay? I'm going to throw this one back in the mix. They showed us behind the scenes, not a trailer, behind the scenes look at the new The Suicide Squad. Huge fucking cast. Crazy characters in it. I love the choices. James Gunn did it. James Gunn does Guardians of the Galaxy, which he made super fun with a large cast that no one thought was going to work. So if you're concerned about a crazy cast that no one thinks is going to work, this guy's got some fucking background, okay? And because this is DC, this movie's going to be darker. And you're like, well, James Gunn does funny movies, Guardians. No, James Gunn also did a movie called Brightburn, which is basically as if he didn't write that one, but he still did it. It was a movie about a kid that it was basically as if Superman was evil. You know? And it was fucking brutal. Brutal, sadistic fucking kid. And you don't want to see a kid be that sadistic, but holy fuck. Could be. If a Superman was real, why couldn't he be that fucked up? There's that fucked up of kids normally, and if you had superpowers, shit's gonna be real. And it was real. So James Gunn's doing The Suicide Squad, a little darker, and it's gonna be good. He has got full experience in that. So they did some behind the scenes of that. I think Harley Quinn is the only character that's coming over from the old Suicide Squad. No. There's Harley Quinn and Rick Flag and Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller, she's the government agent that runs the entire program. Rick Flag's kind of a military guy assigned to kind of watch them. But yeah. Now, last but not least, The Batman. We already talked about Batman. Yes, we did. We talked about Ben Affleck, Batman. Michael Keaton, Batman. And now we're getting a third Batman in one motherfucking year. I'm hard as a fucking rock. I'm hard as a rock. I got a little bit coming out the tip. I'm so fucking excited. 3 fucking Batmans? Let me catch my fucking breath, man. And honestly, before, when I heard who they cast for Batman, honestly, I wasn't as concerned as some. But it's Robert Pattinson, a.k.a. Mr. Twilight. And I haven't seen him in anything since Twilight. And you know what? Twilight was an okay movie for what it was. It did really fucking well. He acted it really well. So, brooding vampire to brooding bat billionaire? Yeah, it's not that stretch. So even if he did nothing in between, which you found out he's done multiple angled pictures of different characters and stuff, the guy can act. So when we seen this trailer, I was not disappointed. I wasn't disappointed going in. I said I'd give him a shot. Whatever. A lot of guys hated on him. Twilight. We're going to see a sparkly fucking Batman, they said. I wasn't too concerned. But the trailer blew me away. I was genuinely fucking shocked of how good it was. I wasn't even expecting it. And I'm a fucking huge fan. I could have been hyping this up, but I wasn't. And it came out brilliantly. It looks like a detective story with, he's fucking brutal. He's a year 2 Batman, they said. He's kicking ass. I hear they're going for a rated R rating, which is perfect, man. DC's dark. I love it. Joker is rated R. If this gets rated R, it's going to be phenomenal. You got to check the trailers out, okay? Okay? Just check them out, and I'll shut the fuck up about DC Fandome. Or at least I'll try. Are you fucking kidding me? My computer's fucking around. Hates me. I swear. I think half the fucking problems with this podcast have been... Half? I'd say 80% of problems with this podcast are fucking technology. For fuck's sakes. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's a couple little stupid thoughts for you. Hey, you know how, do you know how, sound Asian, you know how, it still does. You know how women say, some women will try to say, well, a guy wants to hear it too. Some guys want to hear it. They just want to hear it to fucking be like, yeah, it doesn't. But it does. But women say size doesn't matter. It does. Let's be honest. If you're a guy that believes it when a woman says size doesn't matter, I'm gonna wake you up a little bit here, okay? Because, hey, size matters. I'm gonna prove it. If you're like, no, if you got a small penis right now, I'm sorry to hear that. And if you have a woman telling you, no, my love, it's perfect. I've been with a bigger, and it's not as good. Maybe the guy didn't fuck well. That's different. But size definitely matters. And I'm going to prove it. It's going to be pretty easy, actually. Just go to prison. Go to prison and then say size doesn't matter. Right? That's it. All you have to do. After you go to prison, you probably, if you have to pick a lover, especially if you're in there for life, if you're the bitch, probably hoping that some Asian guy takes you as your lover. You ain't hoping a big black guy takes you. That's for damn sure. Just saying. My luck, I'd go for a fucking Asian, and he's hung like a horse. Of course he's hung like a horse. Of course he's hung like a horse. Fuck. That'd be my luck. But, right there, done. Size fucking matters. Proven. Thank you. Isn't it weird? Hold on. Isn't it weird that there isn't horses with horns? Like, what's more believable? A horse with a horn, or a beaver with a duck bill that's venomous and lays eggs, but it's a mammal? What? Or a horse with a horn. One horn. When other animals other animals of its fucking stature, they have horns. Reindeer, mises, the caribous, fuck, rhinoceroses have horns as a single motherfucker. Yeah, man. Why don't we have fucking horses with horns? But we have a fucking duck, beaver-tailed, fucking mammaled, laying eggs, venomous fucking creature running around. Or what about a fucking, what about, okay, a horse with a horn. That's fucking ridiculous, right? That's ridiculous. A horse with a horn? But a fucking horse with a 17-foot long fucking neck? That's perfectly fine. That's not ridiculous sounding at all. Let's make him spotted like a leopard. Yeah. No. A horse with a horn. You're fucking out of your mind if you think one of those exists. Fucking, what's wrong with you? Fucking nature. Nature's weird, eh? I don't like it. Pisses me off. Like, just make creatures that make sense. Make a horse with a horn. Before you would make a horse with a 17-foot long neck. Like, why? I don't know if it's 17 feet long. How long is a giraffe neck? You know what we're going to do? We're going to find the fuck out. Oh my God. Maybe we're not. Yeah, we are. How long? I wish I had fucking Alexa hooked up. My nose is itchy. My nose is itchy. How long is a motherfucking giraffe neck? Oh, how long is a giraffe neck? I just want the neck. 6 feet. What did I say? 11? Whatever, man. But I mean, even still. Why 6? How come there's not a 3-footer? You know what I mean? Why did you jump to 6? Give him a little horn first. Make him go a 2-foot neck first. Horses barely have a neck. 6 fucking feet. Yeah, it's not that long. Could be worse. 11's impressive. Still, they're weird fucking creatures. They have horns. Not a single one, though. Fucking giraffes piss me off. Can't even think of it. Also, I want to state, listen. Hey, are you listening? Fucking, we're a little ways into this podcast. Make sure you're awake. Okay, just make sure you're still listening. If you're still here, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Fucking hit those fucking buttons. Smash them. Smash them fucking hard. Stop messing around. Okay, I love you. Okay, listen. Listen. If you listen to me, I tell you some things sometime. I'll tell you some things, and it's probably fact. Some things. But listen, that's not everything. I'm telling you portions of the facts. I'm telling you the big picture. You got to look up the little pictures. You can't just go and take my advice and think that's the gospel. There's more to it. Do your own fucking research. I ain't no doctor. I'm a well-read retard. That's what I am. So, just so you know. So, just so you know, I heard a good quote the other day. I heard a good quote about doctors, actually. It says, you don't go to doctors for health advice. They don't. You go to a doctor. That was the quote. End quote. You go to a doctor, it's pretty much you're looking for fucking medicine every time. I don't like that. I like trying to fix the problem before it's a problem. Some people will be like, well, why you taking all those vitamins? You're healthy. Why are you eating like that? That's strict. You're pretty healthy. You're lean now. Why are you still doing it? It's because the future, dummy. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm not slacking off for the future. If fucking cancer's coming my way, I'm going to have it beat before it gets here. If fucking Alzheimer's is coming my way, beat before it gets here. 30 years before. I ain't fucking around with it when it happens. I'm going to take steps to make sure it doesn't happen now. Because that could happen. And why wouldn't I? It's almost a for certainty something's going to fucking happen in your old age, right? Pretty much. Just like, you're going to be sore, whatever. I'm not saying just Alzheimer's, but you're going to get certain things you take for certainty. Certain things you take for certainty. When you get old, like fucking losing your mind, or like not just losing it, but your memory slips, and then you're fucking weak and old and crippled. Well, I'm gonna take all preventative measures to make sure my brain stays tip top. I'm gonna fucking keep my body like a pristine 67 fucking cherry red Corvette showroom. I'm going to have that motherfucker purring before it gets aged. Or I guess that's backwards. I'd have to have a new car, and then, that's it. Well, it's a semi-new car, okay? Let's not get carried away. So, basically, I guess whatever year I'm born, car. I think I'm looking too much into this car analogy. But either way, I think you get my point. I'm going to take my fucking car, and I'm going to soup it up, and people are going to be like, why are you souping it up? That's it. I got it. Boom. See? Why are you going to soup it up? Why are you going to soup it up? You're not taking it to the racetrack. Why are you gonna? If it's just sitting in the parking lot, it's your driveway. You're just souping it up, and you haven't even really taken it out and opened it up. Why are you doing it? It's because all the things I'm doing to the car isn't just for horsepower. It's not like straight up muscle. It's not horsepower. I'm like doing things that make the engine run better. I don't know cars. I don't know why I would pick cars. But whatever it would be to make the engine run better, more smoothly, more efficiently, even if I could change the fuel system to a cleaner, better fuel, whatever that might be, the exhausts would be nothing. Clean air or clean water or something with all that would be coming out of it. This car would fucking purr. And like, why would you spend that much time and money and you don't even really use it? Like you're not taking it for a race car. You're not, I'm not, in my example, I'm the race car. I'm an electrician. I don't need to be fit. Don't need it. I don't need the brain health of fucking, I don't know, Einstein. I don't know how he ate. Probably like shit. Man, no one eats as good as I do. No, there's tons of people who eat way better. I don't eat that great. I eat pretty shitty. But I'm trying. I'm trying to make my car as fucking efficient as fucking possible so that it's gonna last as long as fucking possible in the most pristine shape as possible. Yeah. Because, yeah, man, that's the goal. That's it. That's the meaning of life. Is to not look like shit when you die. God's going to let, if you're religious, God's going to let in those people that look the best. He's going to want the best looking people on his team. Yeah. He's not, look, if it's God's army versus fucking hell's army, if you're religious, I'm not. That's why I can say stupid things about it. And I'm not just picking on Christianity, but I'll pick on any religion. But heaven and hell, God's going to want the most fittest people on his army. He's not going to want the fat fucks. So if that's something that will motivate you, you better fucking shape up for the Lord. So you can get on his team. You want to be in the fittest army. Think of 300 Spartans. That's the kind of guy the Lord wants. He doesn't want a bunch of homers running around fucking bumping into each other. You know, he wants Spartans. So fucking shape up or ship out. But yeah, don't listen to me. I'm not a fucking doctor, dude. I can give you I can lead the horse to water, but make sure you know why you're drinking it. Just don't be like, I give you a liquid. You're like, it must be water. No. What are you drinking? Why are you drinking it? Those are some important questions. What and why? What is it? And why am I taking it? And then opens a whole new world. I just give you the tidbits, the most important. Then you go look at and branch out. I be the tree, you be the branch. That's how it works. I'll be the tree, you be my branches. No idea what I'm talking about. None whatsoever. Oh yeah. It said that quote. You don't go to a doctor for health advice. Listen to this. I went to a doctor one time. I had end result, I had high blood pressure. Spoiler alert. I was having fucking massive fucking headaches. I would only get them and instantly, snap of a finger, when I was about to fucking come. Yeah. Fucked up, right? Like literally getting ready and and then it's like someone hit me in the head with a fucking sledgehammer. No fucking lie. Like drop me, I'd fall over with this, what the fuck? Like an explosion went off in my head. Yeah. And then I'm like, what the fuck? That happened 3 nights in a row. The 4th night, I was not going to have sex. fuck that. I thought I was going to die. So I went to the doctor. Doctor said, this doctor is a fucking retard. This doctor said, I don't even think he took my blood pressure. So this guy, he just put all the symptoms into his fucking computer. This is why you don't go to a doctor for health advice. A doctor just is a fucking new age mechanic. They're just putting all the fucking symptoms in the computer. And he even said that he's like, well, the computer's not sure of what it could be. He's like, it could be an STD. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, well, you do have a lot of tattoos. Yeah, you're right, Doc. I do have a lot of tattoos. So I must have an STD. So anyway, I was like, okay. He gave me a sheet for a blood test and he wanted me to get checked for a fucking bunch of STDs. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. So I went to the doctor at the bigger clinic across town. Instantly, that doctor checks my blood pressure. It's insanely high. It's so high, he's concerned. And he's like, okay, this is pretty close that I just send you directly to the hospital. I'm like, okay, cool. That's awesome. Thanks. It's good to know. So what was happening is basically your blood pressure is high when you have sex as it is. And when you're about to come, it even spikes even higher. And my blood pressure being high as it was would be extremely high to the point where it would fucking like pound into my head and almost kill me. So I almost killed myself by coming. I almost went out the most glorious way you could go out. But such too early. I think all of bagged milk wouldn't have happened. So we're thankful that never occurred. But the doctor instantly, it was so high. It was so high that he put me on a immediate blood pressure medication. And he said, okay, come in tomorrow. Okay. That's usually the doctor says, see me in a week, couple weeks. No, come in tomorrow. I came in tomorrow. It was still high. He put me on a second medication. Okay, come in 3 days. He's like, this has to take it down. Has to. Okay, come in 3 days. Okay, it's still not down. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, double the first med and continue taking the second med. Okay, this absolutely has to. Okay. Even this is fucking idiot. But anyway, now that I'm repeating it, like, there were so many things that I would have done differently. But anyway, then finally, like 5 days later, I come back. It's finally normal. So I was on blood medication, blood pressure medication for fucking years. Yeah. Well, not many. It's like maybe 3 years. I was on blood pressure medication. 2 of them, fucking like, and 1 doubled up. So I was like pretty bad. Yeah, but all that went away when the weight went away. When I was at my heaviest. And it's not just at the heaviest. I wasn't at my heaviest. I weighed more, but I was in better shape. I was in shitty shape at the weight I was at. I was probably in some of the worst shape that I was at. Now, I'm better. And I try to give that advice to you guys. And that advice is your doctor isn't going to give you health advice. They just want to prescribe medication. Not once did my doctor ask me about my diet. Not once did my doctor ask me about how much I drank, because I was drinking a lot, which would have been one of the main sources of my fucking high blood pressure. But none of those suggestions, a better diet, a fucking reduction in alcohol, didn't ask what vitamins I was taking, didn't check to see if I was deficient in anything. They did a blood test, but they weren't looking for those little things. They always look for the big cholesterol and blah, blah, blah. Just look for the big high markers that something screams out at them. Really. There's fucking tons of other little things they can look at. I wish I could go back and look at all my blood tests. And I feel like I could fucking figure it out better than them retards. They're just, especially you're just a guy, that your family doctor, your general practitioner, they're not specialized in fuck all. Fuck all. They're idiots of the doctor world. Seriously. Like, even other doctors make fun of those doctors. They're dummies. Anyone could be a fucking family doctor. But I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me. I'm just saying. Oh, yeah. One last fucking thing. And then I'm out. Okay? I'll finish this episode babbling on too long, okay? I got a little of this joint left anyway. It's all good. So, a gentleman, fan of the show, said to me, well, basically, it's keto is what you're on, right? And I said, yeah, it's keto. Everything I've read is, nutrition-wise over the last fucking 20 years, and then finally has led me to this path. But it's not just keto. Keto will allow some things that I currently will not. So this is how I break it down. This. You ready? This is the formative Brian Bridges diet. This is what I call it. This is it. So what I do is keto macros. But I'll only eat paleo ingredients. And I do OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. But I also do prolonged fasting periods of up to 72 hours at least once a month. At least once a month. Every month for the rest of my life. While fasting, I'll drink what is now known as snake juice from the snake juice diet. That's what I follow. And that's enough for me. Have a good week, everybody. I'm out.